As an appraiser, my clientele consisted primarily of banks. Was all fine and well, but I do have to admit, you know, banks don't take you out to dinner when a deal closes. Banks don't celebrate with you. Banks don't call you up and say, great job. But now as a realtor, my clients do. I originally got into real estate to be independent and to work for myself. About 15 years ago, I started a real estate appraisal business. So when it comes to the type of value I add to our team, a big portion of that is my pricing expertise. Being a realtor who has the experience of having been an appraiser is just such a unique skill set. What an appraiser brings to the real estate game is really the number one advantage you can have in the real estate marketplace, and that's understanding what a home is worth. If you know that number, that's the number one question on everyone's mind. The seller wants to know what's the home going to sell for. The buyer wants to know what it's going to trade for. The agents want to know what it's going to trade for. That is the most important piece of information in a real estate transaction. And it's the mystery of a real estate transaction until a negotiation is actually carried through. So my goal has always been to provide my clients with that piece of information in the most accurate way possible. There's a faster way to arrive at value conclusions, and as agents, that's what we need. We need a quicker way to arrive at conclusions. So I love starting with the HouseCanary platform. With HouseCanary, they're not trying to tell us what the number is. They're trying to give us information so we can marry that with our own expertise to come up with the number ourselves. Flipping through those bar graphs give me a very quick visual understanding how the house relates to the greater market area around it. It'll show me the subject property in relation to the immediate market area on a series of charts. When I can glance at a report and see that a house is consistently on the right side of the bell curve every single time, it's not necessarily the best move. Everything's trying to get to the middle in real estate. The upper echelon homes in a marketplace are being pulled down by all the lower homes around it, and the lower homes are being pulled up by all the higher homes around it. So everything's trying to get to the middle in real estate, and I can sit down with my client. I can say, look, this house might not appreciate the way you want it to because the market area around it is all inferior homes. I can say after road testing HouseCanary for the last 6 months that it definitely has added a lot of value to my business. My clients appreciate the reports. When I'm out in the field, I can pull up reports on the spot. So if they're interested in a house right then and there, we can do it then and there, which is great. The comp selection process with HouseCanary is one of my favorite features about the software because comp selection is always a challenge. As realtors and appraisers, if you're selecting comps that are greater than 6 months old, it's data that most people would say is irrelevant and that you shouldn't be using it. The thing I love about HouseCanary is that they're saying, look, this house next door that sold 3 years ago, it is the perfect comp, and we want you to use it. They know what the raw market movement was for that house that sold 3 years ago, and they can say, yes, it traded for $2 million 3 years ago, but it would trade for 2.4 in today's environment. And because it's a perfect comp, you should use it, and you should use 2.4 as your number. That gives me a lot more freedom and flexibility in selecting comps and coming up with a real accurate price for my clients.